So you're trying to say that your best friend or your friend can't be someone in the family, and it can't be someone that you're having sex with. Is that what they're trying to say?
That's what they're trying to say. I don't know about that.
I don't know about that either.
Quite frankly, from the Lees, secrecy has no place in your marriage. We don't talk about some things because we don't want to offend. We don't talk about some things because we might feel like it, I don't know, you might start pointing fingers at me. Hello there, we are back again, bringing you good marriage news. Are you ready for it?
Marriage news. Oh, that's different. That's different.
Marriage news, because these things, they don't always have to be heavy and, like there's got to be some issues. I think that's what sometimes people get when you get in a situation where you're talking about marriage or you hear about counseling or whatever.
Mentoring.
Yeah. Like there's got to be a problem. There shouldn't have to be a problem.
That's right. Come share some good news with us. The good news. Absolutely. I agree.
Good news. People go to the gym initially, to get in shape. But once you get in shape, you maintain your shape by continuing to go to the gym. Now, as you can tell, I have not been there. I've been by there several times, but that's kind of what this is. So when we bring you these nuggets,
it's to maintain and to keep you going and keep you moving. We want to hear the good news as well as the bad news, and we hope that we can give you some tips and suggestions that may make your marriage even better, or to improve, I guess, where you are. Same thing, I guess. I mean, it's the same thing. Right?
Yeah.
I said the same thing twice.
We know what you meant. So really just, if you can't use it right now, share it with somebody, because somebody out there can use it. And if you need us, what?
If you need us to be your own marriage mentors, or if you have questions, suggestions about videos, any of that, reach out to us at the Lees at elevatemarriages.com. Again, the Lees at elevatemarriages.com.
Absolutely. So, love,
what you got?
Today, we're just going to be a little transparent and talk about...
Whenever he says transparent, I get nervous because it usually means I'm going to be transparent and he going to be asking me a question. I'm like, what? I'm ready though. I'm ready.
We're sharing with the people.
Okay, I'm ready.
What are some things that you wish you knew before you got married? Now that you're in it.
I've been in it almost 24 years in it. So you want me to reach way back.
Yeah, reach back. Things that maybe you thought when you were a kid, or even a young adult. And now it's like, you know what? I wish I knew before. You take some time to think.
Oh, because you have something.
I got something.
Okay.
I'll give you some time to marinate a little bit.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
I wish I knew that my marriage would look nothing like my parents' marriage. And it's okay. Not that they did it wrong. Not that they or outside of the confines or the bounds of a scriptural or holy marriage, because that's really what it is. But it just doesn't look like my parents' marriage, and it's okay. I think a lot of times people get hung up in that's how my mom did it, or that's how my dad did it, and you can kind of get caught up and press those things that really, whether healthy or not, into your own marriage relationship, and it may not be a fit because you have a completely different person that you have become, as the word states, one flesh with.
Okay. I like that.
Does that make sense?
That does. That does.
I'll drop a little something on you.
That does make sense. That makes sense. And the big part, I think, for me is that I'm okay with it. Because in the moment, I think that you were looking at it from the perspective you were looking at it, you know, as the child, you probably thought that is ideal. That's exactly what marriage is supposed to look like, because that's the main example that you see, right? You see that example every day, all day, every day, the ins and outs, the ups and downs of it. And for you to say, okay, my marriage does not look like that, and it's okay.
It's okay. I'm cool with it.
I like that. Right. The first thing that popped into my head when he said that was, you know how I'm talking to probably more of the wives, when you're little and you think, I'm going to have this big wedding and I'm going to have this fabulous dress, and Velanie and Felicia and whoever else, they're going to be my bridesmaids, and we're going to do this, and this, and I'm going to have so-and-so be the flower girl, you know, all these little thoughts, I guess, as you're kind of coming up, you know, with your friends or whatever. And this is a story that we'll save for later. But we didn't do that. I thought we were going to do that too, but we didn't do that. So that those thoughts that I had as a child, thinking, you know, this is what a wedding is supposed to look like. The most important part of that wedding, which you don't realize as a child, is me and him. And if we're there, that's all that really matters, right? Me, him, and Jesus. That's all we really needed,
that's
right?
All that matters.
And just how important that was for us to have that, get away from what that dream was as a child, or that thought was as a child, to what the reality is and what means the most.
Right.
I think that was probably the first thing that popped in my head, the wedding. Okay. And then one other thing I thought of was work. You know, I think my parents make it look easy because, you know, some things kept behind closed doors that you don't know about, how arguments are resolved or discussions are done. And then you see the things on TV. I don't know, most of the ones that I saw on TV, I think were good marriage. You know, and when I think about it, I take that back. Because I was a Jefferson's girl. You know, and you know how George and Weezy got down.
Oh, my goodness.
And then if I think about, I watched Archie Bunker too, and Edith and Archie. Duh. You know how they got down too. So I don't want to say that was a good example either. Maybe as I got older and I loved the Cosby Show, and I loved the Fresh Prince, and you know, those were solid marriages, and from what I thought anyway. But you don't know what happens when the camera goes off or when they go into their room. And marriage is work.
It is.
It's daily work. You have to really be intentional about the things you say, about the things you don't say. Your timing, you know, has to be just right. And it's work. It's worth it, 100% worth it, but it's not for the slackers.
It ain't for punks.
Oh yeah, I like that too.
Yeah, there you
Marriage
go.
is not for punks, as they say.
That's it.
As that book says. Anyway.
Absolutely.
So I think that's me. That's what I wish I knew before that. Just how much work it would be. I don't think it would change my mind at all, but I think you'd just be better prepared for, hey, this ain't just no walk in the park. You ain't just kissing and making pancakes together, slapping on the booty every day. It's not just that. It is that, but not just that. There's some work that goes into making it healthy and strong.
I think for me, this scripture, Matthew 19:5, I'll just read it. And said, for this reason, a man shall leave his father and mother and shall be joined inseparably to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh. Oh, that's from the Amplified. Not realizing how true that actually is. If you do it the kingdom way, that's how it should be. And you think about the concept of marriage. Oh, I'm going to be with this one person for the rest of my life. We're going to be together. This is the last person I'll see when I go to sleep. It's the first person I'll see when I wake up. It can sound like a mundane, boring type of existence, which is why the work is important. And you truly becoming that one individual body in Christ. It's so important to do that. You cannot take for granted how important it is that you can't operate as two individuals
separately.
You cannot do that. That is so true. And everyone that decides to walk down the aisle needs to know and understand. Then you raise their right hand to God and say, I do solemnly swear and understand that when I walk into this thing, we will be one flesh. You can't just go through life doing what you want to do, saying what you want to say, living how you want to live, buying what you want to buy.
Wait. What was the last part?
Yeah, you heard it. Watch the replay. You just can't. You have to. Our pastor said it yesterday. You got to consult someone. You cannot, if you're gonna do it right. Now, I'm just telling you, if you want to stay married, this is the way you've got to do it. If you want to stay married, because trying to go about it your own way is not going to be conducive to you staying together. So knowing that ahead of time for many, many people would definitely help. It would help for me, of course. Now, I didn't have an issue. I didn't have anything before we got married. But now knowing that whatever I have is hers, and I don't have a problem with that. There's no secrets. There's no division. There's no hiding anything. It's just I'm an open book. Here, take my phone. Here, take my what. I don't care about any of that stuff because we are the one flesh. So that is.
And I like that too. And I think just the only thing I would add is, as we were saying about the good things, making that more enjoyable. You have to be intentional about that. How I love him, how I carry him, how I handle him is important. And so to fill in those spaces to say, hey, this is my person. This is the person the Lord designed just for me.
Right.
And to take care of that and to treasure that blessing that the Lord has given me. There's things you have to do to keep it exciting, to keep it going in the right direction. There's work you have to put in, and it doesn't just happen automatically. It's not a microwave marriage. Those don't work, don't last. You have to really put some work and some time and effort and energy into it, and making that one enjoyable, not a chore.
Right. Absolutely. So, just little nuggets. It's not a laundry list, but I'm telling you, if you do it the kingdom way, man, there's ways to make this thing work. I mean, it's more than just saying I've been married X amount of years. Mm-hmm. Have you been happily married?
Respectfully married?
Honorably married?
Oh, come on.
In those years.
And if you haven't, we've said this on this platform time and time again, if you haven't, so be it. Today is the day.
Right.
You can start that today. So if the last 10 years haven't been so good, imagine what the next 10 years
absolutely
will be.
Absolutely.
So
there you have it. We just wanted to give a little nuggets to you guys to drop into your buckets that you can use. Mm-hmm. Please like, share, subscribe, share this information, like it or dislike it, whatever.
Share
the engagement. Make a comment, something. Let us know.
Let us know what you think
down there. So we really appreciate that. And if there's any other topic that you need or want us to talk about, feel free to let us know that as well.
Yeah.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Well, until next time, do the best you can until you know better. And when you know better, do better. I'm James Lee.
I'm Tasha Lee.
We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Peace.